Hello to all the geek enthusiasts and nerd aficionados. Mess 5150 back here with the Malice-Corp live stream for episode 7 on Revenge of the Fifth. How you guys doing? So with us today, we've got BCON.
What up?
We've got our board watcher that's going to see what you guys are chatting and talking about so he can let us know what's going on out there. Jack Malice.
How's it going, guys? What's going on?
We've got our comic book geek and Quest for 100 pro BigPapaMatt.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Excuse the flexes. I'm feeling strong after a good couple of days and some great movies this week.
And our female persuasion, as always, SuperWhovianFreak.
I can't follow him. But hello.
So for people that are joining us, welcome to the cast. If you're wondering what the hell is on my head, last week people were asking for me to wear a paper hat this week, and that's what came about. So you guys ask and you shall receive, as long as it stays appropriate. But moving into things,
what are you trying to say? Sarah flexing isn't appropriate? We can't have Sarah flex? That's not
that's fine. That's fine. I'm just talking about hat ideas, man.
Oh.
So let's move into it. Nerd news. There wasn't a lot this week. It was pretty light on things coming out. Anticipation was on Star Wars Day and celebrating Star Wars and stuff like that. And we're going to get deeper into that type of stuff. Two things that did happen. We got two really great trailers that came out. First and foremost, the Dark Tower trailer, full official trailer, finally came out, not just a teaser. And oh my God, this looks fantastic. I am super, super stoked about it. As Jack has said at times, sometimes Stephen King's writing is not the greatest, but he's translated to film pretty well. So I'm super, super, super excited for this. I don't know if you guys are as well. If you've seen the trailers, let us know.
I want to clarify there before you get Stephen King fans hunting me down. He's an amazing storyteller and comes up with great ideas. I just don't need 500 adjectives to tell me how the guy's shoe looked and how it made him feel when he woke up that morning.
Well, you never know. You don't need it, but somebody else might need it.
It's called figurative language. It's called imagery. So just
painting that picture. No, Idris Elba looks awesome in this. Even the little bit that you see of McConaughey as the Man in Black is phenomenal too. So
all right.
I'm super stoked for this. On the second note, we did get another fantastic trailer, and that was the Defenders trailer for Netflix. And if you can see from BCON's face, yeah, a nerdgasm happened with this. So tell us a little bit about that, BCON.
Explosion, mind blown. It was phenomenal. If you remember, Mess 5150 wrote a little article about the teaser that they put out, which was just the Defenders in an elevator, and it was there's a lot of little Easter eggs hidden in it, but not a lot of real content that you can sink your teeth into. This one was the official trailer, and it's like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's phenomenal. First of all, you've got some Nirvana playing in the background, which hopefully everybody loves some Nirvana. Come As You Are. And all the Defenders, you get to see some action scenes. You get to see Iron Fist punching Luke Cage with his golden fist. It looks so awesome. Also rumored is that Punisher is going to make an appearance in this episode. So not only do we have Jessica Jones, we have Luke Cage, we have Iron Fist, we have Daredevil, we have Elektra, we have Stick. We also have what looks like Punisher is going to be in it as well. Not to mention Sigourney Weaver plays Alexandra, the bad girl in the movie, or in the series. So we get to see Sigourney Weaver back on the screen, which I know BigPapaMatt is a big fan of. So
The first love of my life, right behind Princess Leia, Sigourney, right there. Boom.
Yeah. So that it is definitely, it's officially coming out August 18th. All episodes will be available on Netflix August 18th. I don't know about you, but I will probably binge watch the entire damn thing in one day. It looks that
like
good.
It's gonna be. Yeah, it does. It does look like it's gonna be one of those that's worth binge watching. Where,
Yeah.
unlike Iron Fist, where it's like I need to.
I need a break. Yeah,
Oh,
the
that'd be
5-hour
cringeworthy.
energy
Oh my
sales will
God,
definitely
that just sounds
skyrocket.
murder.
Yes, dude.
There is a debate out there from Jack about whether Iron Fist could actually punch Luke Cage like that. That's in the trailer. So we have said that he could, but he doesn't think that he could. So if you guys,
I don't think it would affect him. I don't think it would. There would be no face
once
rattling
again,
or
no, there'd be face
stunning
rattling. I don't
him.
think it would knock him out, but there'd be face rattling. But
So
if you
one of
guys,
the things that I said is, if you remember, Jessica Jones shoots Luke Cage in the head with a shotgun. So if we could capture how much force is behind a shotgun blast compared to how much force is behind an Iron Fist punch, we might be able to actually use science to answer that question.
Let's get Bill Nye or the Mythbusters back on the job.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing, by the way.
So moving on to, go ahead.
I was going to say, you would think that, I mean, he may have an invulnerable body, but your brain is still sensitive. So if you get hit hard enough, it's going to affect your nervous system and it's going to throw you out bounds. So he probably wouldn't be unconscious for long, but if you hit it right and in the right spot in the temple, I can hear, I can just hear someone telling me, and you would go out, you would lose consciousness for a few seconds, I think.
So what you're saying
Lights
is
out.
concussions are a real thing.
Yes, they are a real thing, even if you are so, invulnerable, so to speak. I think because your brain is not, and I think with the right force, and if you hit.
And we know that on the inside, he's affected because he gets shot in his series with that penetrating bullet that gets inside of him and starts causing all kinds of chaos under the skin. So we know that he is bulletproof and the skin is impenetrable, but what's inside still can be affected. So that's a great point, SuperWhovianFreak.
Yeah. So on the rest of the kind of
Wait.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about physics. Even if a material is impenetrable and you cannot come through it, okay, the kinetic force would put big, huge, massive bruises, dents, and holes in him. So there has to be more to him than just being bulletproof. He's got to have some kind of density, something that stops them from just putting big holes in him but the skin didn't, so if his insides are still mushy and his outsides are hard, it would just stretch and go straight through. So there's got to be more to it than that. And I still say, if he gets clocked by the fist, he's not going out.
Comic book TV show. Comic book TV show.
That's what we're here to talk about.
In other nerd news.
In the other nerd news, we did get some really good photos of some stuff. The Inhumans got announced, and they're actually finally getting us our first set photos to see what everybody looks like in the cast. And it is the television show is sticking very close to the comic books without getting too hokey looking on the costumes. So I do like that. They're not trying to make it too real. We got two amazing posters for Blade Runner. One of them is Ryan Gosling's character in a more streamlined police car vehicle. The other one is Harrison Ford's character with more destroyed kind of older things around him type of thing. So it just plays into that factor of where's Harrison Ford's character been during all this. With that, the Blade Runner trailer is dropping on Monday as well. So we will definitely be geeking out about that next week. This is the one that I wanted to get kind of the chat to go in on what their thoughts are, as well as the people here on the panel that are big Game of Thrones fans. Apparently HBO is planning to do up to 4 potential spin-offs of Game of Thrones to cash. It sounds like a money grab type of thing, because I just don't know how they could do this stuff. But I mean, SuperWhovianFreak, Big Papa Matt, what are your thoughts on? You think that's something they should even do, or just stick to source and be done?
I'm kind of torn. I think it could go either way. I kind of want to see what they do with it, but I kind of at the same time want to say no, stick and be pure, you know?
So right now they're writing spinoffs. Like these last seasons were ideas that George R.R. Martin had. They kind of know the ending tales of everybody, where the stories were going. They're creating a lot of this material right now for themselves. So why not let them keep creating it for some of these characters that the fans love? I mean, why not capitalize off of that, especially if you keep
There's your word, capitalize. Are you
Absolutely.
writing it to make money? Or, you know, I mean, yeah, I would like to see these stories told. But he's already got so many stories written, anthologies, the Dunk and Egg Tales, you know, backstory he could go into, where I would rather see that expounded upon as opposed to, I'm not a huge fan of some of these new writers. I don't like the way they took some of the characters. I don't like some of the additions that they made. I think when you've got a brilliant story laid out, and I know that George R.R. Martin took a step back to write Winds of Winter and finish Winds of Winter, and it was almost like, oh goody, daddy left the house, so we're going to take his toys and we're going to see what we can do with them. And they broke some of them. I'm sorry. They broke some of the storylines and it just didn't work. They took Sansa's story, who I think has, as far as where we left her, and I don't remember, is it A Feast of Crows or A Dance with Dragons? And they have her set up to be this huge player in the books, and then you take her and you ruin her in the story, and you take what could be one of the most creative and stories from the books and setting her up to be this major player with Littlefinger, and you turn her into yet another broken little girl, you know, up in Winterfell. And it's just like, why did you do that? You had no reason to do that. You already had a story. You already had a character that was in that place, sad as it was, you know, and you had no reason to alter that storyline. So that irritated me. So I would rather see them go back to the roots and expound on what George R.R. Martin has already done, because they get a little crazy when let off the leash.
So I think that Sansa's story, and this is the only part I'm going to have to disagree with you on, because I do think they ruined some characters after reading the books. I think Sansa's character has become almost more interesting. I think she's feeling a lot more like a Cersei Lannister right now, because it feels like she's now manipulating all of these guys up in the north, and they're following her steps and her plan and the way that she sees that these fights should be going.
It did get better. I'm not going to lie, it did get better.
Absolutely. And what happened to Sansa was like way over the top crazy, and oh my gosh. And yes, that was unfortunate to watch some of that stuff happen, because in the books they had her as a much more, a very strong woman that was taking over anyways. But I think this gave some of those stories a little more detail and more depth. But the one that got ruined, just because they haven't got to her yet, and it was so enthralling in the books, and there was so much that could have happened in those books, but we haven't really seen it yet either, is Arya.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man. Like, Arya is what got ruined more than anybody, because they just kind of gave her these weak stories. Like, they really gave her some weak parts of what could have been amazing with her.
And so I'm hoping that they'll expound on that, because they did in the books. She's phenomenal so far in the books. I mean, she's going to come and she's going to, she's going to kick some ass whenever he finally gets the next books out. Hint, 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 hint. But, I mean, she's probably one of the more compelling stories in the book, and to see what she's doing with the faceless gods in Bravos, and, is she becoming an assassin? Obviously she's becoming an assassin. And to see how she's going to use that, because she's going to work her way down that list whether they want her to or not. So it's so hopefully they'll pick that back up, because it's not fair to ruin one of the better characters of the book by making her so weak in the show.
Yeah. Hey, can I interrupt for just 1 second, because I want to drop my 2 cents in, but I have I got a couple of welcomes we need to do really fast, because we kind of pushed straight ahead. We got we got Beth, we got Ryan, we got Ken with us tonight. We got Joe, and Ryan had just proposed, I guess, to Mest. He's something about wanting you to have his babies.
What?
You have his hat on, and he's super jazzy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said I would do it. So,
anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Matt. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody that's in the chat channel there. But then also too, I'm going to catch a lot of flack right here. Game of Thrones is an amazing piece of work, but it was written by a hack. So I mean, he just got lucky.
Hey, nothing truer than A Feast of Crows. That book was garbage. It wasn't worth what it got written on.
I mean,
see, I
wouldn't even have started my fires with that damn thing.
Yeah, I'm one of the few people that liked some of A Feast for Crows. Was it all good? No, there was some drivel in that, but there were some very good parts that if he continues them in Winds of Winter, because all of this is if right now, frickin' waiting for the Winds of Winter to come out, there were some good things that he established in A Feast of Crows that I want to see him now complete in a Winds of Winter. But yeah, there was some drivel in it is definitely the weakest of the books, but there was some very good foundation laid. Now just freaking finish. Just freaking finish.
Well, so I learned something new tonight. Someone Jack hates more than Stephen King.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Martin created some very good characters, and he came up with a good storyline. I just don't particularly care for the fact that his entire mindset is that everything has to be tragic. I know he's gone on record saying, "Oh, I'm trying to portray real life." Well, no, he's gone beyond on that and getting into the Shakespearean "everybody must die" mindset. So it just I think he relies too much on shock value, and you get interested in a character, you get to a point where you like the character, and his response is, I don't know what to do next with this character, and I don't want the fans to lose interest, so I'm going to kill it. And that's just gonna get them all bent out of shape because their favorite just got killed. And that's what it really feels like. They feel like forced drama just to cause drama with the fans, and I don't particularly care for it.
If you can, if you can believe it. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it sounds like we have a lot to talk about with Game of Thrones when it gets ready to come back.
Yeah. My last bit on this is that if you can actually believe it, the showrunners are more brutal than Martin. They've killed characters in the show that have not died in the books.
Absolutely.
So it's like, who's more brutal in the long run,
Yeah, absolutely. But let's move on to what we talk about every week. I don't really want to talk about it this week because this is the third time in a row now.
Well, we actually have two. All right. We have
two polls going on.
We have our special poll for the week too.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the main one first.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about the main one first, since we're going to be talking a lot of Star Wars anyway. So, main one was the Nintendo IP, best Nintendo IP. Choices were Kirby, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Pokemon, Metroid, Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, and Zelda. And this was an interesting, fun one because there was some surprises and there was not so surprising with it as well. Big things. There is this does go until midnight tonight, so you can still go and vote. If you haven't voted, you can vote every 12 hours. So coming in last was the fan vote, Mario Kart. After that, you had Kirby. And then what happened, Jack, with Donkey Kong?
It got blasted, man. I figured people would actually have some taste and some history and know that all their favorite Nintendo games were only there because of Donkey Kong. Because, I mean, Donkey Kong gave birth to Mario, and then Mario gave birth to Nintendo, but apparently, nobody cares about that.
Did you just say a monkey birthed Mario?
First off, he's not a monkey, he's a gorilla. We've had this conversation repeatedly all weekend long.
I don't think we need to get into the theory of evolution, West, all right?
No, that's fine. Well, after Donkey Kong, speaking of evolution, Pokemon was the next one.
Hey, I didn't beat Metroid. I thought I beat Metroid. What's going on?
No, Metroid's ahead.
Finally got me. They finally got me. Hey, at least I got into some big double digits. Is all I gotta say.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing worse. Yeah. So, Metroid had 4 votes more than Pokemon right now. Unless people are voting again.
Last minute
Vote.
So, I mean, if anything, Metroid has gotten BCON more involved in the Reddit pages and chit-chatting with people.
Yeah.
So that's a benefit. Smash Bros has 127 votes, so it came into 3rd place. And I've found out the factor of Smash Bros is the esports side of Smash Bros. I didn't realize how in depth that is for Nintendo, but they're really pushing to try and get that into being more of an esport friendly game. So that was kind of cool to find out and trying to get votes for it. The big surprise, the literally only one message sent out for this game, and it came into 2nd place and put Zelda into a run for its money. Animal Crossing has 255 votes.
Yeah.
It was the game that we weren't going to pick at first. So,
yeah,
it shows how much.
We have a fan in the chat channel, Sconehenge, that is claiming or proponent of Animal Crossing fandom. We picked up a couple of other viewers, and of course, Ryan is going insane, screaming, "Hi, Sarah! Hi, Sarah! Hi, Sarah!" several times. I don't know what's going on with that.
I think he wants to have your baby.
Yeah, but we Marley Boz joined us, Sconehenge, and
where's Blue Box?
What's that?
Where's Blue Box?
The Blue Box.
I don't know. He didn't show up today.
No Blue Box this week? Oh, man. That was my favorite.
I've been talking to him. He'll be back. But yeah, Animal Crossing, big surprise. Didn't honestly, I thought Metroid
wants to know why Duck Hunt wasn't on the
list.
Because it wasn't chosen.
Everybody always
pick everything. That's why it's a nerd fight. Yeah. And then
because the clay shooting was better than duck hunting, all right?
Yeah, I did not know it was going to win. I thought it would, but I wasn't 100%.
This is what her strategy is. She makes it sound like she doesn't know what's going to happen, and she still picks something really good. So she's learned. Zelda came in number 1.
Absolutely.
Of course. So that
it is a good franchise. You gotta
franchise.
But yeah, no, there was just, I mean, overall, from what everyone said, they said everyone that I saw talking to on Reddit and whatever, it was everyone loves Smash Brothers, but they were picking on the franchise as opposed to individual games. So they go, well, Zelda has the better franchise, even though we love Smash Brothers more. And I'm like, me thinking to myself, going, okay, that makes no sense, but sure, come, give me the votes. I'm not going to tell you no.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently Sconehenge in the chat channel is Igor from the contributors. He snuck in here under an assumed name. He said he had to show up here just so he could be smug.
Oh, okay. Well, good choice after all on Animal. He gave Zelda
Eric is informing us. Eric is informing us that Sarah is in fact truly evil, and she's playing you all. So.
Oh, Sarah, how did you get all these haters all of a sudden? People don't like a winner, I guess.
I don't think they're haters. I think they're truly fans of SuperWhovian.
Yeah, I'm channeling my inner Taylor Swift, and I'm gonna bring out all the haters.
So let's move.
Real fans. I mean, they all tune in to her.
Good job, 3 times in a row. You're becoming like Blake Sheldon on The Voice now. Good job for you.
Oh my god! Oh my, that hurts. That comparison. That hurts. Oh man.
But yeah, so let's move into what this week's poll is. Specify, what is this nerd fight this week, BCON?
This week's nerd fight is we talked a lot about Star Wars, and we wanted to specifically get a Star Wars poll going. We could have done best Jedi, best Sith, best Force user, best ship, best weapon. There's all kinds of ways we could have gone with that. But what we decided on was thinking of the Joe nerd and who is the best non-Force character in the Star Wars canon galaxy.
Say that one more time. You cut out a couple times.
Yeah. So what he's saying is,
so
yeah, go ahead.
greatest non-Force user.
So we're going.
But you also said canon in there. Is that going to? Are we limiting it to just canon or extended universe legends too?
I think it's all out.
Yeah, all out. Anything that's in book form or comic form.
All right, so legends and extended universe too.
Yeah. So, being that SuperWhovian has the first choice,
I love
we're gonna let her choose. Don't you dare! But
I don't.
Wow.
Well, I might. I'm sure I'll snake from somebody because it's hard not to. I've been flip-flopping between two characters. When I saw the movies for the first time, I was obviously very, very young. I was probably only maybe 5 or 6 when I saw them for the first time, and two characters resonated for me, both R2-D2 and Han Solo. Male thing, you know, Han Solo's always gonna, you know, be one that resonates. But I also was really drawn to R2, as I mean, he's in all the movies, he's a badass, but I'm definitely gonna go with Han Solo. I'm a Harrison Ford fanatic. I'm a, you know, in case you haven't noticed by some of the others picking Spike in the Buffy poll, I like the bad boys that go good. And he's got the best lines. He made the movies for me what they are, finding out that he improvised most of the lines and changing up the dialogue. And after not having him in the prequels, I can see just how bad Lucas really was at writing dialogue. So not having a Harrison Ford there to rip on the dialogue and to have other people rip on their dialogue, it was sorely lacking in the prequels. And so for me, that's why he's always been my favorite, and why I'm going to take him, because in my opinion, he made the Star Wars movies what they were, as good as they were.
So what you're telling us is, all you fanboys out there, align yourself chaotic good, and you'll have to.
Yeah.
So for what's on the cast, Smash Bros came in second, so I'm here, and can you guess who I'm going to be picking?
No, not at all.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt.
No, I'm going with the.
Are you channeling your inner Hutt right now? Is that what you're saying? Because I'm not going to let you say what you're going to say, because I'm not going to let you say what you want to say.
Filibuster. Filibuster.
Yeah, filibuster.
Yeah. There is not a more iconic character that's only had 2 lines in an entire series of films.
Oh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
More known. So, and the look, the feel, even though he was kind of ruined in the prequels, but Boba is my.
Wait. You can't pick him unless you can tell me the Mandalorian word for his armor.
No.
Wow. That was a throwdown.
I mean, you can't say he's your favorite if you can't tell me the name of the Mandalorian word for his armor.
Somebody shouldn't have picked Donkey Kong.
There's a difference between geek and nerd. I am a Star Wars geek. You are a Star Wars nerd, so I can't keep up with you on stuff. Boba is by far my favorite character, and that's who I'm choosing. So, and I want them to bring him back.
That would actually be nice.
Hope he never comes back.
Oh, just shut your mouth. So the next pick on there is going to be Metroid, which is going to be BCON, and I think he's giving a hint as to what he's choosing.
I think only if he can do the call. Only if he can do the call, may he pick this character. Phenomenal.
Can I get a "you said it, Chewie"? No.
You said it, Chewie.
Yeah, Chewbacca all day, every day.
What are the couplers?
Gotta go with the Wookiee. Always
There
been
you
on
go.
the Wookiee.
Well, once again, Sarah Still's my pick, right? I'm next up, right? Pokemon.
Man, I told you,
Yes.
I knew someone. I knew it was going to take it from someone.
I mean, there was no one I enjoyed playing around in the backyard more than some Han Solo action. But this character not only was a huge part of the Star Wars universe, helped take down multiple Death Stars, and becomes one of the greatest heroes of the backwards canon, and also makes appearances in every Final Fantasy game, Mr. Wedge Antilles.
Nice.
Nice.
Like me some Wedge.
You just stole your pick from the chat channel because I've seen that name crop up a couple times.
Oh, have we?
Yep.
Nah, sorry, chat. That's mine. Final Fantasy life right there. Sorry, that's all I had. After Han was gone, I was lost. So
You made Ken and you made let's see who else. Somebody's calling out for Biggs. Eric, pretty happy, but now somebody's calling out for Biggs.
I'll represent with you, fans. We'll represent with Wedge together.
Wedge is a great character.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just doesn't get enough love in the movies. But
Greatest pilot of all time, man. It was either that or Lando, but
That has come up in the chat channel a couple times.
Well, let's. Donkey Kong's finally there, so you can give us your choice, Jack.
Oh, it's my turn finally?
It's finally your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, since the Mando was taken, and so was Han, I'm gonna have to go with Thrawn.
Fantastic book character and
Thrawn, yeah,
and Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know who he is, but he's basically Sherlock Holmes in the meets Sung Zoon, or however you say that guy's name, in the Star Wars universe. Can analyze an enemy just based upon their art and their culture, and know how to defeat them within minutes. Best bad guy that is a good guy that you hate to love and love to hate.
I get it.
And if you don't know what he looks like, he's the guy right here. This little
He's a
blue
big
guy.
Smurf with red eyes.
Yes. So, on votes. Now we haven't had as much cast on this week, so let's take the two top fan votes for this week.
Well, I've seen Tarkin pop up a couple times out of Ryan. He's throwing that one down hard. A lot of the ones
That's
that
a trap.
That's not Tarkin.
That's not Tarkin. That's Akbar.
Yeah, well,
We're taking
that's what I was going. I was hoping someone was going to throw out Akbar. That's why I'm saying
we're taking Chewie away from you now.
And then we got R2 got thrown down.
Yeah.
Quite a few times.
Where's the female love, man? Come on.
I haven't seen one yet. Seen a couple
Wow.
of Mandos.
I mean, what? I guess you could have thrown in Mara Jade.
she's Force user.
Is she a Force user?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having.
Actually, all the females are pretty much Force users.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of a
Majority of them.
non-female Force user.
What about Captain Phasma?
Yeah, you know.
She hasn't
Ryan
really
says
had
he's
many
gonna take
lines.
the Sarlacc
She's had
pit
less lines than
so he
Boba
can
Fett so
fight
far.
less.
What's that?
Ryan wants the Sarlacc pit just so he can spite you.
I go with the non-canon version of Boba in the books where he gets out of the Sarlacc pit. So,
Yeah, they got to be non-Force users, guys, in the chat channel.
Ooh.
So they're throwing out
Padme.
female names, right? But
yeah.
Padme's in
Akbar.
there.
So
Nope.
Oh, yeah, there was Padme, but
what are the names that have been coming up the most? The two names coming up the most.
We want to give the fans a chance here.
and Tarkin.
What?
well, R2, I would say take
R2?
R2.
R2 and Tarkin is the one that's come up the most, I think. Or now Padme has come up quite a few times, but they're I don't think they're really happy with her. They're shooting each other down with it.
So we'll do R2 and Tarkin then, because we're gonna get just bashed by people when they see this poll. We're all the females.
Well, you know.
I mean, I love me some Gwendolyn Christie.
Here we go.
Let you go, Captain Phasma.
Here we go. We got one in here too that popped up a couple times that I missed. You got BB-8 in there a couple times. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the BB R2. I've seen R2 quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have R2 for sure.
Mon Mothma. Oh,
Mon Mothma.
Yeah, unfortunately, since it's a non-force user, there's not that many female.
Yeah, I never realized.
Thousands of Boffins died to bring us this information.
I mean, if it was me in the fan base, I'd be voting for Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. So,
So it looks like we've got Han, Boba Fett, Chewie, Wedge Antilles, Thrawn, R2D2, and Grand Moff Tarkin is our Okay. So that's this week's poll. It will go live on Sunday. Get in there and vote. Tell everybody else to get out there and vote. You can re-vote every 2.5 hours.
Big Boffins died to bring us these votes. According to Marley Ba.
This is going to lead right into our other the kind of meat and potatoes of the podcast. We had another poll that was out there this week as well. We did what was the best Star Wars movie, and right now
I've got it if you want me to write it down.
Yeah, bring it up.
So I believe he did throw up a vote for best Star Wars related movie. At the bottom of the list with 0 votes, unfortunately, is Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. Last was Caravan of Courage and Ewok Adventure with 1 vote. No for Ewok.
I'm still surprised.
Then we had.
What do you mean you're surprised? You probably voted for it. The only reason it's on there is
wasn't me.
a fit. You wanted
But
it
I
on.
do own it. I do own it. I didn't throw in a fit.
Okay. Next up was Star Wars
Adventures on there.
Attack of the Clones with vote for Attack of the Clones with 2 votes. Episode 7, Force Awakens, which I am surprised that it only got 2 votes myself. Next up was Episode 1, Phantom Menace, with 3 votes. Keep moving. Rogue One had 6 votes. And then Star Wars New Hope with 8 votes. And then we get into the top 3, which was the Jedi with 13 votes. We then had Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith with, and our winner, gonna get caught, is Empire Strikes Back with 39 votes.
Yeah, that was
absolutely.
I'm seeing it as 40. Somebody's voting.
So here's my thing: is I really want to know if the fans, if the voters, I mean, I know everybody's voting for Empire, which was their favorite, but did they really like Phantom Menace more than Force Awakens? Like, that's just crazy to me that the Force Awakens got less votes than Phantom Menace.
There's a lot of hate for Force Awakens. A lot of people just feel like it's a rehash, and they're just wanting to get on to Episode 8. I like it.
I like it.
It's a great
personally.
movie. I love that movie. So,
You know, it's a good movie if you take it as itself and you just look at it as itself. But when you look at it as part of the saga, it just feels like it's a rehash of New Hope too much. And a lot of people were super excited, especially when they were told that they were going to get something new, that they're dropping, a whole bunch of stuff to rebuild and come out with. Everything's going to Legends, and we got a whole new canon, and this is all going off. And then they were given this, and they're like, well, why did you do that? Why?
yeah, no, I mean, I get it, but
I do want to state there was a thing that they did once, and this is all this Star Wars talk is because of Star Wars Day and Revenge of the 5th today and stuff. So yay, Star Wars. There was a study they did when they were actually talking to old fans and new fans. So your younger generation that grew up with Episode 1, 2, and 3 versus the older generation that grew up with the originals. To the old fan, the originals were the Holy Grail and the prequels are crap in comparison. To the new fans, they actually find more than not, they find the originals to be slow and boring, and the Episode 1, 2, and 3 to actually be the better films.
Are you done justifying, or can we move on already?
No. I'm just. It was a study that I saw, so I'm explaining why we're probably seeing the votes for Revenge of the Sith up as much as we are and stuff. So
Totally get it. Totally get it.
Ryan didn't like Kylo apparently because he calls him AKA angry, moody murder face.
Oh yeah, he was the emo Jedi. You know, I mean, he's just like his grandpapa as an emo Jedi, emo Sith.
So yeah, so that poll goes until tomorrow. But let's talk Star Wars love. Everybody had kind of articles come out on Star Wars Day about some stuff and about the fandom and things like that. I mean, BigPapaMatt, Jack, what does Star Wars mean to you guys? I mean, go hog wild.
Oh man, are you guys ready for this? You guys got your Kleenex ready? I wrote a great article about what Star Wars means to me, man, and it's family to me. Like, we have so many memories around the Star Wars universe and this series. A lot of those revolve around just great moments, you know, food, family, parties, all of these wonderful things. So for me, it means a lot. It really does. I love these movies. I make events out of every single one that comes out. I've camped out in line for these movies. I've snuck into theaters for these movies. I got tickets to go watch Episode 7 at Lucas Ranch. So I mean, I love these films, and I'll do everything I can to see these films and be a part of whatever goes on. And they're definitely time stoppers for me when I get to enjoy this series in a very kind of contained environment, and I love it. I really do.
What about you, Jack?
Well, I mean, I wrote an article too. I don't know if mine was well written, because our Rudy Nudie tells me I'm a hack all the time and that I'm an embarrassment to the English language. But yeah, Star Wars to me, not only am I a huge fan and nerd and just always been that way, it's basically from the first day I was introduced to it. The first movie, A New Hope, came out the year I was born. So I didn't have any involvement in that one. And then Empire Strikes Back, I was like 3. Return of the Jedi was my first course, and I remember going and seeing it. It's one of the first memories I have, or oldest memories I have. It's the first movie I remember ever going and seeing, and I went with my dad. My mom and dad were doing their thing, going their separate directions, and I just remember getting to go to the theater with my dad that Friday and sitting there watching the movie and being like, oh my God. And it was cool. It's one of my best childhood memories, you know. And then afterwards, eating at Burger King and eating those terrible cheeseburgers that are Burger King. And you guys, I talked about it in the article. I don't know if you remember the silk screened Star Wars glass cups. Drinking a Dr. Pepper in one of those. Mm-hmm. I can't watch the movies and not think of my dad. And you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, same point for me on yours. It probably is the first movie I remember. What I remember with Return of the Jedi was I do remember seeing it at the theater. It's the one movie I vividly remember seeing because we went to the video store right after, and I immediately shot as a child to Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope and grabbed them both and ran back to my dad and said, "Rent these," because I wanted the movies that that came before. I wanted to watch everything. So I do remember that when it first came out. The other thing, Star Wars, it's that experiences that it has created for me. I camped out in line for 2-3 weeks for episode 1 and met a bunch of great people. We played football in the parking lot and just had fun. It was just nerding out together and in having love of Star Wars. The theater we camped out was great. They actually ran power cords out to us, so we had televisions and stuff out on the sidewalks so that we could play video games and everything. So it was those experiences, going to Celebration with BigPapaMatt and actually breaking into tears when a Force Awakens trailer came. I vividly wept. I'm sorry. It's just something that it was something that had been waited for so long. So it is a series that say what you will about it, it connects with all of us, and it has created a huge fandom and things like that. In fact, BCON did have an article that was in representation of on Star Wars Day of how important Lucas and everything is. Tell us what
so
the whole.
The day Lucas saved the DC universe is actually from Legends of Tomorrow. So it's me for CWDC, which I'm with them right at the moment, but watch the video on YouTube and you'll understand why. Okay. No, but it's an episode where, and because of that, two of the main characters lose their abilities and lose their genius because they were inspired by Star Wars and by Indiana Jones. And for me, the reason I wrote that is that Star Wars and Indiana Jones in particular were two things that inspired me as a kid. I wanted to be an archaeologist, and I wanted to be, go to space and be an astronaut because I watched those movies. So, yeah, that's my connection.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, Star Wars.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Ryan says that BCON needs to upgrade from dial-up.
True story. If you know all the upgrades I'm trying to put in this damn thing, it drove me nuts right now.
And then we have our own personal chat, which I love here is BCON, you're more robotic than C-3PO right now.
Aww.
just talking Chewy from here on out.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, before we move on to the last bit that we want to talk about, we know the movies are great and stuff like that. For Jack, or BigPapaMatt or myself, best book series that you could say from Star Wars.
Well, that's almost impossible. I mean, you can't. You're talking character development, or are you talking just how
you're going to recommend right now,
or the impact it made on the universe? I mean, gotta narrow it down for me there, bud.
If you're going to recommend the book for somebody to read right now, if you're looking at the chat and they're going, what should I read to get into the books, into the Star Wars books? Which book would you recommend?
The Truce of Bakura. Is that how you say it, Matt? You know?
Yeah, the Truce of I don't know, dude. I always pronounced it Bakuda.
Yeah, but if I had to pick one book and say, hey, this is the book you want to read to get into the extended Star Wars universe, that's the one I would go with.
Okay.
Oh man, my thing is that unfortunately there's not necessarily one book, but I would say the Legacy of the Force series right there. That's where we talked that there's a lot of, that's after the that's kind of the downfall, the story of Jason falling into the dark side, becoming a Sith Lord, and the Skywalker family really kind of being torn apart. So it's after a couple of big moments in the Star Wars universe that already happened. If you just wanted to get into that post-universe, I would say check out the New Jedi Order series, where that's actually kind of the startup a lot of the New Jedi Order and temples, and it starts the war with the Yuuzhan Vong. What is it?
Yuuzhan Vong.
Yuuzhan Vong. There it is. There's the pronunciation I needed. And that is phenomenal storytelling right there. That is a war that only pales in comparison to none really, besides maybe the Battle of Yavin. But man, the Yuuzhan Vong is great storytelling.
Yeah, and absolutely. Mine is the Heir to the Empire franchise, where Thrawn is first introduced. So that was what really got me into the books in the first place. Because
really,
yeah,
I mean, they're amazing books. They're actually
I love
those three books. The Timothy Zahn series is one of my favorites, but it didn't seem like it would be a really like nerd kind of taste where you have to be that kind of guy that's into strategy and advanced thinking.
Well, the three books together tell a really great story, though. There is a lot more advanced thinking on it does seem slower for some of the Star Wars type of people. That's why if somebody is looking for more of the action based type of thing, what I would recommend to them is Shadows of the Empire.
It's a good book.
Shadows is good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Star Wars right now. We can talk about Star Wars for hours and hours, but we only have a certain amount of time that we can talk about stuff. What we wanted to close out on is a very, very important event that happens every year, and it's been happening for the last few years. It's been going on, is a Free Comic Book Day. That is happening tomorrow, Saturday, April 6th. Free Comic Book Day is super, super important. It does help out supporting small businesses, that your comic book shops and stuff like that. It does help out supporting literacy. A huge gateway for younger people to want to get into reading novels and things like that. So, what are you doing for Free Comic Book Day, Matt? I know that you're going to be going out to get some stuff.
Yeah, I actually did some pre-scouting today after work. I went to a couple of shops. I wanted to kind of see what they were offering. One of my kind of go-to spots is next to a couple of my locations that I work over. And what's really cool is they're also doing not only one of the free comic books, but they're also doing 25-cent books. And any of those 25-cent books, if you purchase anything new release for the week, they'll throw it in for free as well. So that's a really, really awesome deal right now that they've got going on. And they have a ton of, I was in there today, and they've just got long box after long box of phenomenal, phenomenal stuff. If you're going out for Free Comic Book Day, though, I really have to recommend one that you've got to pick up. It is the Stuff of Legends. This is a book that's been on hiatus for 3 years, and it just recently came back. It's got 5 volumes, a couple of books in each volume, and it is phenomenal. It turned the small kind of storybook, all of your teddy bears and toy soldiers, into heroes, and they go and it's an amazing adventure after the boogeyman, and it's just really awesome, and I can't recommend that enough if you're out on Free Comic Book Day, so get after it.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say with Free Comic Book Day. Go to the website, freecomicbookday.com. There is a store locator there to find if you don't know where there's a comic book shop around you, but this is a medium that has kind of died a little bit. Even when you go to Comic-Con, it's not Comic-Con anymore. There's still great things there that are comic book, but it has become more pop culture and stuff like that. It's the actual book in your hands is not used as much anymore. And if you go into the comic book stores, it's a fun time on Free Comic Book Day. There's a lot of comic book stores that are going to be doing giveaways, the promotions that Matt was talking about. They're going to have cosplay contests. Definitely look into your comic book stores. It's becoming a bigger and bigger thing. Good Morning America was actually talking about it. So I know BCON, you just picked up a couple comic books because we all love comic books. So what did you get?
Yeah, first of all, I had to switch it up because if you knew everything that I've done this week to try to improve what's going on with my system, and it's not my internet, by the way. I need to start a GoFundMe page, I think, for get BCON better equipment, because it's crazy how a cell phone works 100 times better than expensive equipment. But anyway, these are all books that I've read, but getting right back into them because they're some of my favorites. I picked up the Green Arrow series by Kevin Smith.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
And then I recently picked up the Batman versus Green Hornet.
Man, that's old school.
That's some great Kevin Smith books right there for sure.
Yeah, and this one is beat up, man. It's seen some better days, but bought it used, and someone else appreciated it, and I'll appreciate it more. So, yeah.
But yeah, definitely support the paper side of things. One of the points I wanted to make is there are some fantastic artists and writers out there that don't have the digital forum to put comics out on. It's kind of the same as supporting when you see a great indie film and you want to go support those new ideas and new films and stuff like that, this is the same type of thing. Make sure that if you really do like the medium of comic books, that you're looking into the new things that are out there and try out a new comic here and there. I mean, I know I've walked around conventions and seen these guys pitching their stories to people as they walk by, and I'll pick one up every once in, just to see what they have to kind of do, and go get the Stuff of Legend.
Yes, get it. It's an indie. It's one of the greatest indie books out by far. I hands down, I will put anybody against that test.
But yeah, I mean, if there's anything else anything else you want to kind of promote with the comics, Matt?
Oh man, just go local. Like you talked about, it's a local business supporting day. And here's the thing, everybody. I'm a huge fan of everything: video games, comic books, TV shows, movies. Obviously, I've been watching a ton of those lately as well with my quest for 100. These are expensive extracurriculars that we all get to take part in. We're all collectors of something. We all spend a lot of money on these things. And for us to go and support a local business and keep some people employed in the community and pump some economy back into our homes for the future, for our families and the people around us, and to keep those businesses alive is a great thing. And I think that's what Free Comic Book Day really is about, is going and supporting locals who love the same things you do and who want to support the same things you do. And you can't do that unless you're out there buying those items from those vendors and those dealers. And so many of them are great, great people. Like I said, I went scouting today. I went to 3 comic book shops I've never stepped in before. And I was running 20 minutes before the show trying to get back because I had such great conversations, fun times. If you guys just love being around people like that, like the comic shops are where that's at right now. And please, please, please go support those people local to you.
Anything from the chat?
No, but you didn't ask me, man. I'm a little offended.
That's you're next.
Can I say the name of my store? Did we discuss this? Can I say the name of the store I'm going to go hang out tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're going to be out in San Diego, Sky High Comics, they're down in I think it's Escondido. I think is the city they're in. I know.
Yeah, go ahead.
San Marcos. All the cities down here, they're all connected. They're
very close.
So it's like you'll be driving down the road, and I'm like, oh, I'm in Carlsbad, and then I cross a street, and I'm like, oh, I'm in San Marcos. How did that happen? There was no sign. So you never quite know what city you're in until you ask somebody what their address is. Yeah, but I'm going to go hang out over at Sky High Comics tomorrow. It's a small shop. It's a very small shop. It's not big. They have got a lot of cool stuff in there. They're really cool people. The owner's a really nice guy. I mean, it's a small shop, and that's what this is all about, is supporting those smaller shops,
Yeah. The other thing, when Wes talked about going to Free Comic Book Day's website, look at some of those places as well, because some of them are actually bringing in artists and writers from series into their shops. So you can actually meet some really cool people too. If you're looking to get some signatures, you like to meet some of those artists, things like that as well. And then 2 shout outs for California shops, Redlands Comics, and also Marietta. Go to Ryan's Comics.
Yes,
that is another great, amazing shop. And then out here in the Dallas area, Ken's Comics are phenomenal, and Madness Games and More is a wonderful place, and Titan Comics.
Yeah, so I was definitely going to recommend Ryan's Comics. It's a great place, and if you have any questions whatsoever, they answer.
Oh, they're good phenomenal people.
Another really great place to check out is in Ontario. 4-Color Fantasy is a really nice place as well. And 4-Color Fantasy does have things that they do whenever the big movies are coming out. So they'll do like promotions where you can go see the movie, pay for it beforehand. You get like a t-shirt and all this stuff, but they bring what they have left over from the Free Comic Book Day to those movies and give you like goodie bags with those comics in them and stuff too. So my head's getting pummeled. So, definitely, yeah, check out your local comic shops. I mean, I think that's it for our Revenge of the 5th Cinco de Mayo show. So,
and no, I gotta say one thing really quick. Yeah, Ryan, of course I can't go the third eye with you. I mean, It's on the other side of the country. Give me a break, man.
Low budget. Low
Yes.
budget.
Yeah.
Yes.
No
I think
budget.
I'm gonna
Low budget.
to do the comic book shopping.
But yeah, let's run down the list of where to follow everybody. BCON.
Yeah, you can follow me at BCON_Malice-Corp on Twitter.
And Jack.
I am on Twitter. I'm at Jack_Malice, and then we actually have the website's Twitter as well, which is just at Malice-Corp with no dashes. MaliceCorp.
Okay. BigPapaMatt.
Yeah,
Here's the list.
The BigPapaMatt at Twitter and Instagram. You can also follow me at the website with BigPapaMatt. Shameless plug for my thank you letter for my fandom to my grandma on that as well. Please check out that article. Please like and subscribe right here on YouTube. You guys have heard it already. And then Snapchat, everybody's favorite, Son of Maku. Come take some Snapsnaps, y'all. Pics. Let's go. Have some fun on it. Filters, throwing up rainbows. Who wants some?
SuperWhovian, you're up next. You can.
You follow me mostly on Twitter at SuperWhovianNut, and then I am on Instagram too at GMBYGRL. I don't have a Snapchat. Sorry, I can't. The filters, they don't work on my phone, and I got rainbow shooting out of my nose, and I'm like, this ain't working for me. So,
No, that's perfect. We can get you a Snapchat.
That makes it even better. It makes it even better.
It's just so yeah. So maybe I'll try downloading it again, but I couldn't get it working on my old phone, and I literally had rainbows shooting out of where you never want rainbow shooting out of. So I'm like, what is this? This is not working. So
Okay.
Snapchat, I'm sorry, real quick. I had Son of Maku on Snapchat. SONOFMAKU.
Yeah, if you guys didn't get that, Son of Maku on Snapchat. SONOFMAKU.
And where can we follow you, Miss?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Mest_MaliceCorp. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Mest5150. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now because I don't do Snapchat.
And we thank you for that.
Beyond that, as BigPapaMatt brought up, make sure that you do hit the like button, that you subscribe, share this with your friends, let them know that we're here, that we do come back every week, and we talk all things nerd. And we want people to join in on the conversation as well, so we can talk all things nerd with everybody.
Yeah, I only see 3 likes right now. Come on, let's hit that button. Let's mash that button.
And thank you to all of you out there. We do appreciate the support, the love. Share with everybody you can on Facebook. Share with everybody you can on everything you guys have. Show some love. We love you guys, so thank you all very much.
Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe. We're trying to get to that 100th subscribers so that we can get a designated URL, so it won't say youtube.com/channel/blah blah 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 blah. Yeah. So, yeah. So please do that. Also, you can go to our website, and we have our Kiwi Crate affiliate there as well. So if you go to Kiwi Crate through the website, you get a discount for your first.
Kiwi Crate.
Kiwi cakes? We're having out cakes? Who's got cakes?
Kiwi cake.
You'll get a discount on your first box. For everybody else, if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, go see it. Let's go to see it. I saw it last night. Fantastic. Just as good as the first one. So other than that, I think we're out. Everybody have a wonderful nerd-tastic time.
Yep. Stay nerdy out there.